What's up everyone, my name is Nick and today I'm exploring the beautiful city of Kuching on my giant mountain bike. I'll be checking out all the historical sites and of course I'm gonna try some delicious local food. This is Global Gibbon. Oh, hey, sorry, need my helmet. Can't cycle around Kuching without my water. It is amazing to live in Borneo. The weather is always good, so there's no excuse not to get out. So today I'm exploring Kuching City and its historical sites. I'll be visiting the old post office, I'll be visiting a Japanese graveyard and the oldest museum here in Sarawak. This should be fun. Let's go. I am now at the Japanese graveyard here in Kuching. The Japanese occupied Sarawak during the Second World War from 1941 till 1945. And this is a lesser known historical site here in the city. And what is most interesting about this graveyard is that the graves are not of the soldiers, but of very young sailors. At one point during the Second World War, every able body in Japan was forced or asked to work for the war. So a lot of young sailors between the age of 15 to 18 were sent on old sailing boats, on old fishing boats from Japan to Sarawak to supply rations for the soldiers here. Now, at the end of the Second World War, even these young sailor boys were forced to take up arms and fight for their country. Between 1942 and 1945, about 81 of these young boys died. And this is a memorial in honor of these young boys who lost their lives during the Second World War. Time to cycle off to the next destination, the General Post Office. Hey guys, before I continue the video, I want to tell you a little bit about Olight. I use their RN1200 bicycle light whenever I cycle at night. It is a very powerful light and I love using it. If you're interested in buying a light for your own bicycle or a camping light, check out their website. Use the link in the description to buy your light now. There are 2 discount codes in the description as well, so make sure to check it out. Alright, let's get back to the video. This building right here is the General Post Office, and it's been a post office for a very long time. If you need to send a letter or a package, this is the place to be. The current post office was built in 1931, and at that time it was one of the most impressive buildings in the city. Now what is also very interesting is that before it was a post office, this is where the first police station of Kuching was located. And also, this is where the stables of the White Raja were. On the top of the building there, it says Dum Spiro Spero, which means, as long as I live, I fight. Where the Ibans also have a saying, which is Agi hidup, agi ngelaban. As long as I live, I fight. Behind me is the Central Police Station. It was built 90 years ago in 1931. And it looks a bit similar to the post office because they were built at the same time. So this building has been a police station for the past 90 years and it's always looked this beautiful. Not far from the Kuching Police Station is the first Kuching Fire Station. So let's see what's left over. I am now at the site of the old Kuching fire station. This fire station was built in 1917 to house the first coal-powered fire engine here in Kuching. Then, a couple years later, the fire station was decommissioned and it moved to the current location at Jalan Padungan. Now, what is interesting is that the drying tower still stayed. This drying tower was also used as a watchtower to see if there was any fire in the neighborhood. Then, after the fire station moved, there was a little market that sprung up behind and around the drying tower. Back in the day, it was not covered yet, so the locals still refer to this area as open air market. Hey John, thanks for calling me. That rain, boy.
Nick, are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm hungry. What should I eat then?
You should try my Kueh Tiaw Kerang, very famous in Kuching.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, let's go.
Nick, you want to see I cooking for the Kueh Tiaw? Wow, that's very nice. With the sambal. Perfect.
Wow, thanks John. That looks delicious. Wow. Delicious. John's place has been my go-to place for the past 10 years, ever since I arrived here in Sarawak. And I come here on a weekly basis for a nice juice, some delicious food, and sometimes for a beer. And John is a great guy, great host, and his Kueh Tiaw is to die for. Ah, wow, that was so delicious. Belly full, I'm off to the next location. All right, I am now at one of Kuching's most prominent landmarks, the Sarawak Museum. This museum was recently renovated and it was actually built exactly 130 years ago in 1891. The museum is home to many indigenous arts and even some unique local animals. So, if you're coming to Kuching, put the Sarawak Museum on your bucket list. Behind me is the iconic Masjid Besar, or locally known as Masjid Lama, the old mosque. This building was built in 1968, if I'm not mistaken, and it replaced one of the oldest mosques in Kuching that was originally built in 1840. It is a beautiful mosque, as you can see, and the story goes that they repaint this mosque every single year. All right, let's move on to the next spot. Another prominent place is this place, the old Courthouse. It was originally built in 1871 as the seat of the Sarawak government. They even held their meetings, their ministerial meetings, up until 1973. Right now it's a cultural and art place, And there's a museum here, there's a restaurant, and even a bar. So this is the place to hang out after a day of exploring the city. I had so much fun exploring Kuching City today. There are so many beautiful landmarks and historical sites here that it's always such a pleasure to, walk around here. And as you can see, there's also a lot of new buildings because Kuching is growing very rapidly. The bridge that I'm on now is called the Darul Hana Bridge, and it was only completed a few years ago. The mosque behind me was also just recently built. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave that like. And why don't you subscribe to my channel? I upload videos every single week. For now, I will say bye-bye, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.